Hi, this is Diana Caudle from dianacaudle.com. So for those of you who have been following my progression in my tapping journey, you've noticed that I'm no longer only using the 5 points that I used to use when I was tapping, that I've actually added in the under the nose, the chin point, and the head point. And again, I've said, find what works for you, that the magic isn't in the sequence or the series of the points as much as it's in really accessing and associating fully with the issue that you want to get rid of. So what I want to do today is I want to introduce another point that comes from traditional EFT, which is emotional freedom technique. And it's called the karate chop point. And it's basically, you would do a karate chop. So they call it the KC point, and it's right here. And essentially what I have found, I've been experimenting with this point, just like I'd been experimenting with adding back in these other points. And what I found is this point is a really amazing point that helps with releasing and relaxing. And so what people will often do, and what I've been doing, is just starting and tapping here. I don't even have to say anything, just tapping there. I notice some things start to come down and shift. And then sometimes what I'll do is I'll tap here. So this is a really great way to tap to calm yourself, because this is the area, imagine when there's danger or something where people gasp, or if you're driving in the car and you go like this and you put your hand to the person next to you, you're covering their chest, that we protect our chest, our heart area. And so this thymus point, which we call the collarbone point, but this whole area here is just full of these receptors that when you tap on, basically when we're tapping, what we're doing is we're tapping on the end of these meridians. You are accessing something different inside of you. This is telling your body it's okay, it's safe, and it's okay to let it go. And so this is another point that typically when we grab our wrist, we're getting all of these points, but you can tap here as well. And some people like to tap on their fingers. A lot of people skip this one, but other people don't. So you can just simply do this. Now, there's been people that don't like this because they say it's not fast enough, but I'll tell you, going like this is pretty darn fast, and to me, that doesn't slow it down. So I just know that when I'm thinking of something that doesn't work, I use what works in the moment. So for example, let me elaborate on that. If I have an issue or a problem, and doing these traditional points, what started to happen for me is I got so used to them that it seemed to not break things up. And so that's why I started experimenting. And what I noticed was these other points, they actually helped really calm and relax me. So this is why it's so important to find your unique formula, because what works for me isn't necessarily going to work for you. It may. But the idea is there's so many options and there are so many points you can tap on that when you find the pieces that work for you, I want you to trust that, because you are the one who knows inside of you really what you need to heal. And those of us who you end up coming in contact with, myself included, come along as healers on your path to help you heal, as a guide, essentially. So really, when we talk about healing, it's finding that place inside of you, that knowing, the place that you've buried away, that intuition that feels really good when you listen to it, but that we've basically taken all these rules and these ideas and we've stacked on top of them. So the idea with tapping is to start to peel off those things that we have put over what a friend of mine refers to as the diamond inside of us. And it's so true that what we do is we take all this mud and this dirt and we put it on the diamond. And then we think that we just have mud and dirt, but really there's this amazing treasure inside. And so the idea is to think of it that way, to think of it as peeling layers of an onion. You know, when you peel an onion, you often cry. So it's not always the most pleasant thing. However, as you peel these layers, you don't ever have to peel them again, and you get to release and let them go. So play around with these different tapping points and see what works for you. Now, you may notice that as I'm talking, I'm tapping. So you do not have to sit and tap 45 times on one point, or 7, or whatever the number is that you feel you need to do. Go with what works for you. But the idea is you can just simply tap and say, it's okay, I'm letting this go, I'm all right, I'm safe, let it go. Release and relax. Or you can say a different phrase or a different statement on each point. But what's really key in the way that I teach people how to tap is, rather than simply saying, this pain, I'm in so much pain, oh my God, this pain, whatever it is. After that, say, let it go, it's okay. So to combine, rather than doing a round of sort of the negative and then a round of the positive, the way I do it is I mix it in, and we're constantly, you're saying something like, this sucks, I hate this, let it go, it's okay, it's safe now. And so a lot of the tapping is really, like I've talked about before, we create a bridge between our conscious mind and our unconscious, and we're literally speaking to the unconscious and telling it, let go, giving it these commands, release, giving it another command, relax. So pay attention to the things in this video that you resonate with and start to tap and to see what works for you. Make sure to go to dianacaudle.com and sign up for my new video series that's just about to come out. It's 7 days. It's going to show you an introduction to the way that I tap. And those of you who know me know it's an ever-evolving system, and this is just the beginning, and I'm so excited to bring all of this to you. So happy tapping, everybody. Keep your fingers up, ready to tap at those moments when you absolutely do not want to, because those are the perfect times. The times when you're the most resistant is really when it's so important to, even if you don't tap, put your hand on your heart, say the word relax, and go to that happy place inside of you. All right, Diana Caudle from dianacaudle.com.